JoJo Siwa situation is spiraling out of control. Hello you gorgeous donuts. Today we're going to be talking about JoJo Siwa because the drama is only getting worse with this woman. Every single day there's a new thing. We're going to be talking about her new relationship since leaving the Big Brother house, which has took the internet by storm. We're going to discuss how a lot of people on the internet are calling this relationship fake. What? JoJo being fake? You're joking. We're going to cover how JoJo's new partner's ex has been involved in all of this and how they've been slating JoJo and her new partner online. It's wild. And later on in this video, we're also going to be talking about how JoJo Siwa X has constantly been talking about her because that is absolutely mental as well. Let's just get into this. So first off, for people who've never heard of JoJo Siwa, she's basically been famous from a child. She appeared on this show called Dance Moms and that was like a first rise to fame. Since then, she's went on to act, to sing, to influence. The woman can do everything. And very recently, she appeared on the UK Big Brother show. We did a full video covering all the drama that unfolded in that series. Prior to going into the celebrity Big Brother house, JoJo was actually in a relationship. However, during her time in the house, she struck it off with an ex-Love Island member called Chris Hughes. What? When she was in a relationship, she was fun doing with her. Now, a lot of people were shocked at this because obviously JoJo was in a relationship at the time and because Chris is a man and a lot of people thought that JoJo Siwa was possibly lesbian at this point. People were just confused and wanting answers, especially after she called herself the CEO of gay pop. People were like, what's going on? We need a new CEO. Are you joking us, JoJo? And after the show finished, JoJo and Chris seemed to be really close and JoJo's ex actually travelled to the Big Brother house to see JoJo when she was coming out, and apparently JoJo dumped this person like at the after party, which is obviously horrific. Like imagine traveling all that way just to get dumped. You'd be like, oh, thanks for this. You've ruined my holiday. Thanks. I'm gonna lose my job. Not the best first experience of the UK, if I'm being honest. Now, later in this video, like I said, we are going to discuss what Kath, JoJo's ex, has been saying about JoJo later on in this video. But before that, I just want to have a look at some of the content that JoJo and Chris have had together because these two seem like they're in love.
Take a look around. Do you see her anywhere? News flash. You're not gonna...
JoJo Siwa's so funny. Like, she's the main character in just everything in life. Like, I just love... She just acts like a movie star. She's amazing. You can tell she feels like she's bagged a baddie here. Like, she's looking at Chris Hughes like he's like the god amongst men. Like, he's Jon Snow in the snow. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know either. I've just finished watching Game of Thrones, guys. I'm a little bit sad, so I'm just trying to reminisce about the good times. She's vlogged things like going back to London to see Chris. Just dancing back into the UK to see your partner. I love it. Oh, I would be the same, JoJo. I'd be like, come on then. Ryanair, come closer. I'm going to see Chloe, thank you very much. Can you imagine just walking past in this airport and then seeing JoJo Siwa just, you know, half break dancing towards her phone? You'd be like, oh, get in this. Listen, I know young love when I see it. This is love. When you've got somebody posting about you like this, Chris, this is love. This person is head over heels for you. You know when they're taking videos but they're not even in it? It's just a view. Oh, that's what that is. L-O-V-E. Christ, I just embarrassed myself there. At this point, they still haven't announced that they're in a relationship, but I guess you could imagine they possibly are, or at least exclusive. There's so many terms when it comes to relationships these days, I don't know what any of it means. Is exclusive not just the same thing as being in a relationship? I have no idea now. What happened to the good old days when you just used to ask your girlfriend to be your girlfriend next to a bin? Anyone else? That's how it went down for me. They've even got like printed out mugs and photos of them. That's so cute. That would take your mug of tea from like a 9 to a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry. It is funny when people are in love because obviously like these are like, you know, they're nice TikToks but they're like kind of cringe, but like people don't care when they're in love. They're like, I don't care if I'm being cringy because I've got the butterflies in my stomach, right? I'm in the honeymoon period, right? I don't care what anyone else thinks apart from that person. Alright? Like, JoJo is constantly posting about Chris. All of these videos I've showed you are from her TikTok. Even on her Instagram, she's posting carousels just with him. By the way, what kind of a cross of universe is this that JoJo Siwa, Abby Lee Miller, And then Chris from Love Island. Little did he know when he said he was going to rap to lift the mood a bit that he would end up here. Now at this point, people are kind of speculating, are they like in an official relationship? Like, we've seen them hug, but we haven't really seen anything, you know, extra. I don't know what I'm kind of hoping for here. They're not just going to shag on camera. That would be a turn. Imagine they announced an OF, then that's when everyone else has to just hang their boots up. But people have apparently took photos of them on holiday, like kissing on a lilo. So apparently this is them. I can't really tell. Apparently it's the same tattoo. And it does look like them, but apparently it's confirmed it's them. I don't know if they want to be seen here or if they just don't know that, you know, like kind of the whole internet is talking about them right now. Like, they're just doing this in public in front of everyone. Also, that Lilo is like hanging on for dear life there. Like, they're right under the water. I mean, it's pretty cute though, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. I'm not really feeling anything. I'm just trying to feel the room out here. Chris has attended a lot of JoJo's live performances. JoJo actually sang directly to him at one of them. That's lovely, that, isn't it? It's lovely. That's lovely, that. That's, oh, your young love. What they're like, you can't take them anywhere. Can't take them anywhere, you can't. I don't know why, but like when stuff is kind of like too corny, it kind of makes us cringe a little bit, but I guess this is just them two living in the moment. They're in the honeymoon period right now, where everything is just like wonderful. You know, your partner could stab you and you're like, oh, it was an accident, thank you so much for that. I love you so much, and we'll get a Chinese for t-shirt, well, yeah. Oh my god, he's with her mother as well. How fast are they moving? Literally standing just with their mother. This is the real deal, guys. Every time a video pops up of these two, they just seem to be getting closer and closer.
It's like, who's that cutie that JoJo's sitting with?
That's funny.
Very into everything going on with
I looked over and she's sitting on some hot guy's lap.
Hey, all right.
I'm like, JoJo, what's going on?
It's so funny how she was sitting on his lap, man. This is what makes, I don't know if they're just very PDA, and this is just how they express their love to each other, which is, you know, obviously a positive thing. Or I don't know if it's for the cameras. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's so out there and everything's caught on footage. It's kind of hard to believe. I want to believe that it's true. Hopefully it is. But everything is right in front of a camera at all times. Whether that's their fault or not, I don't know. There was one video from one of our live shows that I absolutely detested, and it's this one. As you can see, JoJo Siwa is wearing a Sunderland shirt and holding a Greg's travel cup. What are you doing? Firstly, the Sunderland top, get out of here. You know, JoJo, I feel like I'm quite nice to you. This is how you throw it back in me face. Wearing that shite like a dagger in the heart. Get dressed in the dark, did you, JoJo? Get it off. Sporting those colours makes us sick. And also, the Greg's travel mug just held to the camera. Do you think that my culture's a joke? Wearing my culture as an accessory, JoJo? Wow, cancel. Not a fan. The reason she was wearing this shirt was because I believe Chris supports Sunderland. He even did a message to like the Sunderland football players before one of their games. And you can hear JoJo trying to put on a northeast accent, which just to me personally is so weird.
Of everybody's lives forever. That it was such a special moment. So keep pushing. Hey, way the lads, indeed. Keep pushing.
Why is JoJo Siwa just said Howie the lads? Granted, Howie is like Mackham, like Sunderland accent. I know people don't care about this, but it means a lot to me. It's not Howie the lads, which is Geordie language. That's the sort of stuff we argue about up here. There's not much going on up here, I'm afraid. This is the sort of stuff we talk about to pass the time. However, despite all of these videos and photos circulating of the two, JoJo still won't admit that they're in a relationship.
Your boyfriend?
No.
Oh.
God, it's
What?
so funny to me
Oh,
how straight up people get nowadays.
Oh, oh no, that's just me. You never heard of me before, had you? Let's be honest. Okay.
The way that she reacted there, that's clear. Like, if you were in a relationship with someone and you got asked the question, are you in a relationship? You'd be like, no. What? Whereas, like, that's clear as day, they're in a relationship, or at least, you know, there's something. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't sit on someone's lap for nothing. Wear their football team shirt for sing to them in the crowd for nothing. Buy a Greg's travel mug for nothing. This is love, I'm telling you. I don't know if they're not admitting it because they kind of want to keep it to themselves, but that's, like, kind of, you know, combated by the fact they're posting so much about each other, so they're not keeping it to themselves. Are they not announcing it because they know people are going to talk about it more, which elevates both their profiles, which makes it more of a PR relationship? Why am I getting so invested in this? I don't know. It's something to pass the time, isn't it?
What was the biggest surprise about your Celebrity Big Brother experience this year?
My friendship with JoJo. No, I think
Liar!
no, it was that was good. But
Oh. I don't think she liked the answer to that one. She was like, liar. It's not a friendship. This is a friendship, is it, Chris? What about last night? That wasn't very friendly. If anything, it was really friendly. I'll show you friendship.
I'll be truthful, I never actually watched the show.
Fair.
So for me, it was like I was learning on the job, but it was genuinely so much fun. I think the whole experience, the friendships, the bonds that you build, and actually managing to kind of live with 12 strangers you've never met for.
I can see why a lot of people are saying this is a PR relationship, because I feel like Chris Hughes has been on a dating series before. He knows exactly how to kind of navigate this sort of thing if he really did want to. And also JoJo is just, you know, like a professional at being on TV shows. They both know how this thing works, so I can see the argument for that, especially when they're doing a lot of stuff together publicly and then they're ringing the press to like come and take photos of them.
I love how straight people are as straight up asking him as they are straight up asking. What is the actual relationship status? I will say he is up there as one of my favorite people in the entire world. With benefits. He makes me happier than I think I've ever been. He makes me feel so full as me. He makes me. He's a really good one. That's been the most incredible addition to my life. And seeing him around my family. Oh, not listening. Not listening. Could you hear that?
Beautiful.
Chris.
I mean, he was there the entire time. Surely you knew that he was saying that, unless they've just turned the camera on right there. You're saying this on TV, so of course he's going to see it at one point. It's going to be on his For You page by 4 PM, man. This relationship is so confusing. But like I said, there's a lot of professional photos getting took of these two, like caught off guard or in the act. Like you see here, these are like took on a DSLR camera right now. This is not like just a random person on an iPhone. Various photos, like shuttered photos. Like, this is set up in the car park. What happens within, like, the celebrity world, or at least to my knowledge, like, people don't just, you know, a lot of the time turn up and take photos of this. Like, it's pre-planned. They'll be like, by the way, I'm going to be here if you want to take photos of where blah, 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 blah. Especially in the UK, where, like, celebrities aren't as big as what they are in America, and paparazzi isn't as big as what it is in America. So it's very clear that they want the most amount of people talking about them as possible, and it's working. Like, look at this photo, man. It reminds us of, like, something Kim Kardashian and Kanye would post back in the day.
From the start.
From the start.
We were there from the start. Oh, we had to get it. We
very offset.
saw you take the label off the flowers early.
Did you see it?
That early.
I nearly left the label on the flowers. No, but they were discounted, so I had to take them off.
I know I'm over-analysing this, and I want to be self-conscious of this, that I don't want to be looking into stuff too much, but just reading body language there, they look so far apart, and then, like, when they realised, like, I heard, like, photos being took, then they started to hold hands. Like, they know the game. They definitely know the game here. One thing I do want to know is, like, we've covered JoJo Siwa a couple of times on this channel, and I would definitely say, like, seeing her here, she looks the happiest that she's ever been. She seems to be acting like herself a lot more. Like, we've done a couple of videos where she's either like released an album or she's been doing other media stuff where she's kind of putting on an act because she thinks that's what people want from her, or like people have convinced her this is what she needs to do well. With Chris, she just seems to kind of just chill out and just kind of actually showing her true personality, which is a good thing, and I think that's why a lot more people are starting to like her. A lot of people are saying their relationship is one-sided and that JoJo's posting a lot more about Chris than Chris is posting about JoJo, and to an extent I feel like that is true, but I feel like it's unfair to kind of label that already. You literally don't know like the dynamics of their relationship like internally. Chris has also been posting like JoJo on his Instagram as well, so I don't think it's fair to say that, like, you know, Chris is going to dump her or anything like that, which I see online like all the time. Like, at the end of the day, these are actually two people, two human beings, and they might actually be in love for all we know. People have drawn attention to the fact that, like, Chris Hughes, I think a lot of his exes have also been famous women. I believe he was going out with Jessie Nelson, Olivia Attwood, and Annabelle Dimmick, who is a tennis player. So he definitely enjoys that lifestyle of having like a public relationship, like people knowing the ins and outs of his personal life. He thrives off that. Now, speaking about Chris's exes, one of his exes has actually been quite vocal about this relationship between Chris and JoJo, and she's not happy. This is Olivia Attwood, who I believe was on the same season as Love Island as Chris. I could be wrong there, but I think that's how they kind of got into a relationship. I didn't watch that season of Love Island, so I don't have the best knowledge on it, but apparently she's been like remaking some of the TikToks that JoJo and Chris have done together and kind of taken the piss out of them. She posted this one saying, "I just know this is going to trigger people so badly." Ha ha ha! Now, if that is true, like, if she's kind of remade this TikTok, it's pretty sad, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't feel like this is it's not a slay, Olivia. Okay. When I was researching, I found out that Olivia and Chris split up in 2018. Like, that's what, 7 years ago? Like, that's a long time to still be, like, bothered about an ex. And I believe Olivia's, like, married as well. Like, I don't know. It's just weird behavior, in my opinion. Like, if I was doing this, like, about an ex, I feel like my girlfriend Chloe, even now, would be like, what are you doing, mate? Like, this is kind of sad. I'd be like, yeah, that's probably true, actually. Probably should just focus on my relationship, shouldn't I? It's good for some of her viewers who might like drama and stuff, but in my opinion, it's just a little bit sad. I think she's been quite, like, negatively vocal about Chris and JoJo's relationship in TikTok comments as well. She actually made a whole TikTok replying to people that were kind of disagreeing with her takes on it.
One thing about me is I'm always going to say the thing, and if I think the thing is going to make people angry, I'm 100% going to say it.
She's given, like, I don't know, like, you know, that certain type of divorced dad that, like, says things just to people off and, like, calls the world, like, far too woke for its own good. She's given that energy right now. Like, you know, people that say, oh, you know, I just speak me mind. Sometimes it's just an excuse to say you're a bit of a twat, really, isn't it? Like, you don't need to, you can't just keep your opinions to yourself if they're not needed.
It's always a man, or honestly forgive me, but an unattractive female who has a problem with women having opinions. I'm allowed to have opinion. I'm married, I'm allowed to have opinion. I'm over 30, I'm allowed to have opinion. I'm a woman, I'm allowed to have an opinion. I know it's groundbreaking. You can't shut me up. Many have tried.
Why is she incriminating her? Just stop talking. What? So she's basically saying, like, I'm a woman, I'm allowed to have opinion, but in the same breath has said that ugly women basically can't voice their opinion. So it's like, you can only have an opinion if you're an attractive woman. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say here. Because if you're ugly, it doesn't really matter though, does it? The weight on your opinion is like a feather. I don't think it really matters whether you're considered conventionally attractive or not, like, based on your opinion. That would make the world a terrible place. Imagine, like, everyone in power had to be pretty to some extent. You'd be like, what? The top comment on this is, babe, it's the unattractive females who go on about their ex 8 years later and whilst married to a whole other man, sort it out. Kind of dragged her a little bit there. You know, I don't even have any negative or positive feeling towards Olivia Atwood. I actually know nothing really about her. I just think it's a little bit odd that she's involved herself in this. Obviously, she's clearly got a negative opinion of Chris. Like, obviously, they split up. So she might know stuff that nobody else knows. But the way she's going about this is just really... It just makes her look really sad. And that video we've just watched was apparently reposted by JoJo Siwa's ex, who she dumped at the after party. Loads of people were saying that Kath, JoJo's ex, was reposting this video. I went on to Kath's reposts and it wasn't there, so I don't know if they, you know, unreposted it. But I don't feel like people would make videos about it and lie. Like, that's just a weird thing to lie about. But it is interesting because Olivia has constantly been talking about Chris during this period.
My ex is on Big Brother currently.
And now, how do you feel?
Let's be so for real. The last show I saw him on, This Is No Shade, was our own show.
Yeah.
He's probably had to see me on loads of different things. I'm curious, obviously. I'm curious to see, like, if he's grown up, if he's changed.
Yeah, like the last time he was on telly was Love Island. He's had to see me on loads of things. I've done loads of things. He hasn't really done anything. So I'm just curious to see how he is, actually. That's like an ego thing right there. Like, I feel like she had to get that in there, that she's a lot more successful than him. So I wonder if she's now saying all of this because, like, Chris is getting talked about more than her. I have no idea here. It's just, I'm trying to justify weird behaviour and it's hard.
If we see, like, again, no shade, the real him. Don't think on Love Island you necessarily saw all the fashions of his personality.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to call it right now, him and Ella get together.
I probably won't watch it, I'm going to be really honest with you.
That trending audio is like, we'll have a look.
Yeah.
We'll have a look. Yeah, we'll have a little look. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it'd be rude not to.
I feel like you're so far removed from that and you've grown up and you're just like...
I'm fucking married. Like, it's just like, whatever.
She's bothered. She's put it in a podcast topic on a Google Doc form and printed it out and then done multiple she's bothered. Like, she alluded to the fact that Chris could have got with somebody else who was going into the Big Brother house called Ella, I believe. And apparently Olivia told Ella not to go near him prior to her going in the house.
My side, I told to Ella when I was on Towie, just to give more context to the situation of, like, what she knows. Some people, very few people, go on reality TV and they're 100% themselves, the good, the bad, the ugly, and they are the same on or off camera. Other people, they go on reality TV, they are one person, and then when you experience them off camera, you literally it's like shapeshifted.
I think she's had like a really bad experience with Chris. I don't know what happened. I don't know who was at fault, but clearly she really dislikes him and she's trying to say it in the nicest possible way without saying I hate his guts. So it's almost like she just kind of wants to see his downfall a little bit. Now from one ex to another ex who's been making videos about JoJo and Chris is Kath, the person that JoJo was originally with before they went into Big Brother. I can imagine this was a horrific experience to go through. Like I said this in my previous video, the way JoJo handled this situation is horrific and was just totally disregarding Kath as a person, really, as if their emotions are just invalid and don't even matter. That's the worst thing. Not even treating them like a person in this, and I've made my thoughts clear about this in my last video on JoJo and this entire situation. So I know that Kath is going to be going through it at the moment, but it's just so dramatic. It's so dramatic. I know these people live their lives online, but I just wouldn't want to give the person the satisfaction that did this to me. I'd be like, I'm not going to post about them. I don't want them to know that they've ruined my life. But that's just me. See, I'm a bottler upper. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people are like, get the lid off, bang, just let it all out, and that's fine.
Straight up, I'm going to crash the out on this app. The level of insanity on this thing, oh my god. I feel like when I'm on Instagram, it's like a little warm hug and everyone's just kind of like talking to each other in like inside voices. And then I go on TikTok and everyone's screaming, just screaming. And no level of shh will quiet down the noise.
I mean, that is because it's two totally different algorithms, and TikTok's algorithm is just, it promotes hate. Like, you go on TikTok, you watch a video, you pretty much know what the comments are gonna be like. Like, some people, like, sometimes you'll get a video on your For You page, and before you've even finished it, you're like, I've got to see the comments on this one. We all do it, right? And then when the comments are nice, you're like, oh, actually, I think I might be the problem here.
Genuinely, can we all just chill out?
And I think this is in regards to Kath getting quite a lot of hate for, I don't, like, this is other people's words, like milking the situation, like constantly posting about it. I don't think it's anyone's kind of place to tell someone how to kind of recover from this. I know a lot of people have said Kath's being overly dramatic because the relationship was only 3 months, I believe, which I didn't know when I was recording my last video. I thought it was a lot longer, just the way they were with each other. But they were together for 3 months, and people have been using that against Kath, saying, well, like, why was it so serious? But still, like, 3 months with someone, it might not be a lot compared to other relationships, but you still spent a considerable amount of time with that person, got to know them, like, you still have inside jokes, and all of that stuff kind of dies once you split up. So it still is very sad, even if it was only 3 months.
What has been so challenging about this is that I was brought into something, and it was like the thing of everyone's talking about me, no one's talking to me, and I've felt at a lot of times, yeah, my autonomy has been taken away from me. And I know that there was a part of me that was like, well, then talk to the press, get your voice back. But I was like, but that to me feels like feeding the beast. And obviously people are gonna sit here and be like, well, why are you talking about it now, bitch? And I will take responsibility for the fact of like, yeah, great question, like, why?
Do you know, I have quite a lot of sympathy for Kath in this situation, because, like, you don't talk to, you know, social media, the press. People are like, why haven't you said anything? You do talk, people are like, why are you milking it? Like, it's a rock and a hard place. There's no way to really win and get everyone to have positive opinions about you. Going through a breakup is hard enough. The fact that you've got loads of people's opinions, especially if you're not used to, like, being in the public eye, this is like your first time experiencing all of this, it would be so overwhelming, and you're not gonna make the right decisions. You're not a superhero. Like, you're gonna get it wrong and make mistakes. But it is interesting to see the public's response to this. Like, the top comment on this video with over 15,000 likes, which is a lot for a TikTok comment, says this: Kath, I say this with genuine concern. I've had food items in my freezer longer than you were in a relationship with JoJo. You weren't married. She spent some time alone and realized she needed to end it, then did. Now, that's fair from JoJo's point of view. Like, you know, she spent time away, decided they wanted to end it, but you're not taking into account Kath's feelings here. Like, that's fine that JoJo felt that way, but it's the impact it had on Kath as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, do I just have to move on and forget this because JoJo's made this decision? Like, this is a human being as well. You know, even if you're a fan of JoJo, you still have to realize that. But I do want to ask you in the comments, like, what is your opinion opinion on how this situation has been handled. Like, do you think that Kath's overreacting because it was only 3 months? Or do you think that they're fair? Let me know. So yeah, I don't really know where this is going to go. I don't know if JoJo and Chris are going to stand the test of time. Clearly, a lot of people are plotting for their downfall, but a lot of people are really kind of invested in them. One thing is for certain, people are talking about them. So let me know your opinion, and if you want to watch my video on the whole JoJo Siwa situation with Kath, click this video right here, or watch a brand new video from me right here, Donuts. Thank you very much for dedicating the time to watch me. Again, appreciate you very much.
Kirkham, baby.